Hey again, Tia with FitPro, talking about RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, also called stiff-legged deadlifts. Some people distinguish between these, but they're largely the same until you get into the advanced levels, okay? So RDLs, this is a staple. This is the first move that I teach my brand new clients who have never lifted before. That's how foundational it is, okay? So if you're new to RDLs or you're working on your technique, this is one of the basics that must be mastered. It's present in so many other lifts that you do, okay? I can't stress it enough. Very important, okay? So RDLs, let's talk about the mechanics, all right? So I've got a barbell here. I've also got dumbbells. You can use either one depending on what your real goal is, okay? RDLs will challenge your grip a little bit more and your unilateral stabilization, shoulder to shoulder, but you'll probably be able to load up more weight into your barbell, right? So think about if you want more strength or more technical work or more muscle build, okay? Barbell being more strength, okay? So here's the basics, all right? So if I'm facing you, okay? So feet should be 6 to 8 inches apart, okay? To start. Now, depending on if you're intermediate or advanced, you can absolutely do your RDLs very close or in a sumo, wide position to hit different muscles, right? But the bread and butter basics beginner's RDL is 6 to 8 inches apart on the hips, about hip width right here, okay? So once you're in position there, all right, I'm gonna grab my barbell. All right, once your feet are tight, okay? And on that note, make sure that your feet are grounded, tight on the floor, okay? Not loosey-goosey, not just standing up through your knees and your joints haphazardly, okay? Pushing through your feet nice and grounded on the ground, okay? You can see my hands are just outside of my hips, okay? Again, this is your bread and butter 101 version. If you're trying to work on your lats more, you can certainly hold the RDL grip wider, right? So, but most people will start with hands just outside the hips like this, okay? So feet are grounded, 6 to 8 inches apart. Hands are just outside the hips, okay? No weird grip mechanics like this. See how my wrists are flexed now? We want the wrists hanging straight down, but still tight. Anytime something's in your hands, it's tight in the gym, okay? Tight is the name of the game when it comes to lifting weights. All right, so hands are tight, feet are tight, just outside the hips. All right, so now what you're gonna do is keeping the bar close at all times. The bar should never be out here, okay? That's a lack of lats, okay? Lats are gonna keep that bar pulled in nice and tight. Slide the bar down the legs, keeping the back flat and the chin neutral. Here, up, squeeze glutes. Okay, I'm gonna break that down in a second. Here's a couple more. Keep the bar close, slide it down the legs, chin neutral, back flat, up, squeeze glutes. All right? I highly recommend that you do this in front of a mirror. Well, not in front of, but to the side of a mirror, or film yourself from the side if you're just learning these. Nobody has a flat back when they start. I've seen thousands of RDLs, okay? And people always have something going on that they're just not aware of, okay? So use the visual cue of the mirror to verify yourself, okay? And so back stays flat, bar stays close, you're coming down like this. You wanna make sure that your knees are 15-degree bend at most. If we have more knee bend here, that's a deadlift, not a Romanian deadlift, okay? That's a different move. That's not what we're doing here. I don't want the knees to be locked like this, right? But we want a nice soft bend in the knees about 15 degrees the whole time. Other than that soft bend, they don't move throughout the rest of the move, okay? So bar is tight, you're coming down like this, the knees stay in a fixed 15-degree angle, okay? You're making sure that your back is flat by using the mirror or using your phone to film yourself. Now let's talk about one more thing, the neutral chin, okay? So I have a whole different video on this. Highly recommend checking it out if this is new language to you. But your chin has to stay neutral, meaning right here, okay? Not up, not down. What a lot of people do on RDLs if they're not used to lifting technique is they come down like this, right? Their chin is up, and it looks something like this actually, right? So trust me when I say the chin has to be down, it's going to keep your spine of full integrity, giving you maximum power, maximum stability, all right? So it's very important that the spine stays neutral, but watch that other video. If this is new to you, I go into much more detail about why that's so important, all right? So other than that, like I said, you can use dumbbells, you can use barbell, but once you get this basic form, you can really branch out into bigger lifts, okay? But I wouldn't recommend going to deadlifts or even squats until you know how to keep a neutral spine, back flat, feet grounded, tight grip, all of these basics, okay? And don't forget your glutes at the top as well, right? So I want to see those glutes working to finish this move. This is the main muscle of this lift, okay? It's not your low back, it's your glutes. All right, so the glutes, take the hips from flexed to extended. These are hips extended, these are hips flexed. This is squarely what the glutes do, okay? So make sure that you're thinking about your glutes all the way up, okay? Mind-muscle connection will say that thinking about a muscle will stimulate it 30% more. That's huge, okay? So don't let your mind wander on these or any lift for that matter. Make sure that you're thinking about glutes doing the work to pull you up, okay? Enjoy your time working on this basic key lift. Get it down before you go to the bigger stuff.